We make that process easy for them.
How do you prioritise mum and dad? And how do you prioritise mum and dad in 2 or 3 or 4 years' time? Say mum and dad and people who aren't mums and dads, bless them, manage to get enough money together to directly buy these shares rather than indirectly through KiwiSaver or ACC or whatever. How do you stop them from selling them to somebody from Singapore or the United States in 2 or 3 years' time?
Yeah, so firstly, even if they buy them indirectly, just to make this point in your KiwiSaver account, they may be bought by a fund manager for your account, but they are absolutely your asset held on your account for your retirement. So there's nothing ambiguous or dislocated from that process. It's just that the purchasing agent is a different person. It could be like going to a travel agent and asking them to buy a ticket for an airline, which they may well do from a wholesaler.
Okay, so how do we stop the mums and dads, or not mums and dads, whoever, from selling at some stage in the future to somebody from overseas?
Okay, so the second point about that is that if you prioritise those, that term, mum and dad investors, direct retail investors, the way you can do that through the process is you give them priority for the amount of shares they want to buy. So what is eminently possible is there'll be a lot more people wanting to buy shares than shares available. And so for those retail investors, where you start at a pretty small portion, up to a certain capped amount, you say to those investors, if you want to buy $2,000 or whatever it might be of shares, you'll get that.
Right, that's the upfront. 2 years down the track. Can we move to 2 years down the track? 3 years down the track? When they want to realise a profit, if there is indeed a profit to be realised, and all things being equal, there will be, because these are very good companies, how do you stop them realising that profit? By selling the shares to somebody from overseas.
So in that regard, we think that there'll be better companies as a result of this process. And the reason we think that is that if you look at a company
Prime Minister,
like
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I think I've asked you that question 3 or 4 times now, and I'm not sure you're answering it. I'm going to ask it again so you can answer it, so you know exactly what I'm asking you. How do we stop Kiwi mums and dads from taking the shares that they are now able to buy and on selling them to foreign investors in 3 or 4 years' time?
And the answer to that question is you can't or wouldn't want to stop them.